What if your memory isn't betraying you? What if it's trying to tell you something much bigger? Are we living in a world where reality itself is being rewritten before our eyes? Millions of people around the world have experienced the Mandela Effect. This is named after Nelson Mandela, who many believe was imprisoned from 1962 to 1994, his fight against apartheid in South Africa. He was also believed to have died in prison in 1988, only to reappear and be released in 1990. Many people remember these events clearly and vividly, even though they contradict each other. It's not just Mandela. People remember things about brands, logos, movies, and historical facts completely differently from how they actually happened. If our memories are not failing us, then who or what is changing our past? Is it possible that the world we live in is constantly shifting, overlapping with other realities and rewriting our history? Join us as we delve into the eerie possibility that there might be more to the Mandela Effect than meets the eye. Could there be a hidden force manipulating our memories and reshaping our understanding of the world? Or are we simply making up these false memories? Let's find out. Before we start, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. And now let's dive into the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect is a phenomenon that has left scientists, psychologists, and philosophers scratching their heads for years. It asks the idea that a large group of people can all share a false memory of an event or a fact. It's not just one person misremembering something. It's a collective lapse in human memory. One of the most famous examples of the Mandela Effect is the belief that the Berenstain Bears should actually be spelled Berenstain Bears. Despite this commonly held belief, the books and the TV show have always been spelled B-R-E-N-S-T-E-I-N-B-E-A-R-S. There are countless other examples of the Mandela Effect. People who remember the Monopoly man wearing a monocle, even though he never did. Others recall the Oscar Mayer logo having a smiley face on it when it never did. Some people even remember the U.S. national anthem starting with, "Oh, say, can you see?" when it actually begins with, "Oh, say, does that Star-Spangled Banner yet? Wave now." Why do we do this? Why do we collectively make up these memories that simply aren't true? Some experts say that our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world around us. And sometimes we fill in the blanks when we don't have all the information. For example, if you were at a party and someone asked you what you did on Saturday, you might say you went to a friend's birthday dinner. But you might not remember exactly what you wore or what you ate. Your brain is simply filling in the blanks based on what it knows about you and the situation. Others say that our memories are like a game of telephone. When we tell a story, we add our own little touches to it. And when we tell it to a friend, they add their own little touches. And so on, until the story becomes something completely different from the original. But some people aren't convinced. They believe that there is something more to the Mandela Effect, something that we are not yet aware of. Some even believe that the Mandela Effect is evidence of parallel universes. The idea that there are multiple universes where events unfold differently is a popular one in science fiction. In fact, it's been explored in dozens of books, TV shows, and movies. But what does science say about it? Well, it doesn't say much. The idea of parallel universes is still largely theoretical. However, some physicists believe that it is possible that there are other universes where events unfold differently. This is because the universe is governed by laws of physics. And the laws of physics are the same everywhere in the universe. This means that if something happens in our universe, it is also happening in other universes, just at a different time. For example, if a tree falls in a forest and makes a sound, it is also making a sound in another universe. However, in that universe, the sound is slightly different because the laws of physics are slightly different. This means that if a person dies in our universe, they are also dying in other universes. However, in those universes, the person's death may cause different outcomes. This could explain the Mandela Effect. It is possible that the Mandela Effect is actually the result of us tapping into the memories of people in other universes. If this is true, it could mean that there are infinite versions of ourselves out there, each living a slightly different life. Some people believe that the Mandela Effect is evidence of a higher power. They believe that there is a being or entity that is deliberately manipulating our memories. This being could be watching us and deciding which memories to erase and rewrite. Alternatively, it could be trying to communicate with us by leaving messages in our minds. It is hard to say whether or not there is any truth to these claims. The Mandela Effect is a fascinating phenomenon that has captured the attention of many, whether it is evidence of parallel universes or a higher power. It is important to remember that our memories are we are all susceptible to lapses in memory, and sometimes we simply make up memories that never happened. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the human mind, we may find that there is a logical explanation for the Mandela Effect. However, until then, it remains a puzzling and thought-provoking phenomenon. So do you think the Mandela Effect is real? Have you ever experienced it? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. The Mandela Effect has also been linked to the work of Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, who was a contemporary of Sigmund Freud, Jung proposed that there is a collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of memories and experiences that is common to all humans. According to Jung, the collective unconscious contains universal symbols and archetypes that can influence our thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Some people believe that the Mandela Effect is evidence of the collective unconscious. They argue that the memories that people are sharing are not false, but are instead memories of events that happen in other timelines or universes. These memories are then brought to the surface through the collective unconscious. Jung's ideas have had a profound influence on psychology and the New Age movement. However, they are not widely accepted in mainstream science. The concept of the collective unconscious is seen as being too vague and difficult to test scientifically. Despite the lack of scientific support, some people remain fascinated by Jung's ideas and the possibility that the Mandela Effect is evidence of the collective unconscious. Scientists have come up with other theories to explain the Mandela Effect. One theory is that the Mandela Effect is the result of a phenomenon known as the conjunction fallacy. This is a cognitive bias that causes people to overestimate the likelihood of two events happening together simply because they are similar. For example, people who believe that the Mandela Effect is real may be more likely to believe that a person who remembers Nelson Mandela dying in prison also remembers the event of 9/11. These two events are not related, and it is unlikely that they would both happen in the same timeline or universe. Another theory is that the Mandela Effect is the result of a false memory. False memories are memories that are either completely made up or are distorted versions of actual memories. They can be caused by a variety of factors, including suggestion, imagination, and the brain's tendency to fill in gaps in memory. It is possible that some people have created false memories of events that never happened. These memories may be the result of exposure to media coverage of the events or conversations with other people. In conclusion, the Mandela Effect remains a fascinating and mysterious phenomenon. While there is no scientific evidence to support the idea that it is caused by parallel universes or a higher power, there are other theories that attempt to explain it. The conjunction fallacy and false memory theories offer possible explanations for the Mandela Effect. However, ultimately, the true cause of this phenomenon remains unknown. Whether the Mandela Effect is real or imagined, it continues to captivate the minds of many. As our understanding of the human mind and memory grows, we may one day be able to explain this phenomenon more fully. Until then, it serves as a reminder of the complexity and fragility of our memories, and the importance of questioning our perceptions of reality. What do you think about the Mandela Effect? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.